it's extremely tough. The championship is. There's a lot of good riders. Everyone knows the circuits. They've all grown up. Most of the riders have grown up on the circuits. Yeah, so it's really tough. I'll keep trying my hardest, and I really want to make it work.
Alex Lowe's on pole, red helmet, right-hand side, number 22. Shaky Byrne gets another perfect start. James Ellison swoops across towards him on the red and black Milwaukee Yamaha. Great move by Alex Lowe's, very late into the first turn. Cuts across, grabs the apex from Shaky Byrne. And I think the Milwaukee Yamaha might have crept through as well into second place.
I think you're right.
Oh, but Josh Brooks pushes into second as well, and it's Shaky Byrne who's got a little bit beaten up in the opening bends. Druids, Alex Lowe's leads the way. Josh Brooks right behind him, and look at James Ellison threatening up the inside on that Milwaukee Yamaha. He pushes through to second place.
He always goes well here, and the bike seems to suit this place as well.
And he looks like he's rather keen to find his way to the front. He just chops his way through underneath the exuberant Alex Lowe's. Great move then by Ellison, and the Cumbrian puts himself in pole position.
What's he had for breakfast? We're not used to seeing this.
Shaky Byrne has nabbed third place. So at the moment then, James Ellison, number 77, running comfortably. Well, I say comfortably, running at almost lap record speed at the front. Ellison now feeling the pressure from Shaky Byrne. We're on the 9th lap of 15, just past half distance. Shaky Byrne is now pestering long-time leader James Ellison, and closing in behind them with the fastest lap of the race on the last lap of 1:35.843 is Alex Lowe's. Ellison, of course, a race winner at the second race at Brands Hatch Indy, the opening meeting of the year.
Tell you what, hats off to Ellison. This pace is good.
Yeah, very good.
If it wasn't, I mean, we know it is anyway from the timing screen, but if it wasn't, there's no way that Shane Byrne would sit behind him this long.
Ellison, who will turn 33 next month, now surges through a bright spark of sunlight. Look how quick he is out of the Britain chicane.
And that's going to cause problems for Shane Byrne down into his, because he just can't get himself in a position to get past on the brakes. Well, it's going to be a lodge for me. This is...
So what's going to be really important for James? Is it not James? He's going to be getting the drive out of Druids. Vital for
correct. The run. And actually knowing that Shane Byrne's there and to defend a little bit. And
Shaky's right with him as they go towards Druids. Round the fast. It's quite an open right-hander. Power on early. Oh, good start out by Ellison.
He's got out of there well, and he knows he's there. He's defending. Look, he's across the right-hand side.
Shaky Byrne looking to a possible outside to inside, but Ellison's covered it beautifully.
Absolutely.
James Ellison through Deer Leap. Brilliant second race win of the year for James Ellison. Milwaukee Yamaha, great present there for team owner Sean. That was just Sean Muir will be just thrilled with that.
Good, sweaty. That's about it. Yeah, I'm really happy for him.
Happy, obviously. It's been a while coming since Brands at the beginning of the year, but we needed it. You know, he rode really well, no mistakes. Pace was really fast. You know, faster than last year. So happy.
James deserved everything he got there. He led from the front, took a couple of laps, got through, took his opportunity, and it was going to be close all the way through. But they've annihilated the race pace from earlier in the year and this time last year. They were doing a pace there on the last 2 or 3 laps. James was still going green on the first sector, just showing how hard Shaky was pushing him. So first of 3 this weekend hopefully, but podiums is what we need, and that'll do us, and we'll keep pushing forward. And I think come tomorrow afternoon, if we're in a much stronger position, I think that 4th place will be a bit more secure, and James can start riding with a little bit more freedom really. But at the moment, just a little bit of pressure here and there. But I mean, top step on Saturday afternoon, perfect start of the weekend. Thanks.
Trying to ride as smooth as I could and as fast as I could, and Shaky was probably getting a little bit out of shape because the tyres were wearing towards the end, and with our bike we have to kind of try and make that a drift rather than a tank slap, as we call it, because once it does snap, because the chassis is so stiff, it's kind of like a GP bike, and that's why it's so strong in the middle of the corners, because it doesn't have that flex. It's very precise, and like the only downside with that is when it does lose traction and finds it again, it goes right through the frame, sends you into a big tank slap, and you lose all your time anyway. So it's really important to try and stay smooth. It might not look fast, but the lap time's there. To be honest, I don't know if it's made me more determined, because I couldn't get more determined at the minute. I desperately want the championship. it's made it more realistic, I'd say. After this weekend, you know, we keep saying, look, we can run with the front guys, we can run with the front guys, and then we get there and have a crash, or we get there and we have, last time we were here, you know, I was running in second place and we had an electrical problem pulled in. We keep saying, you know, we can do it, we can do it. Now we just proved it. So for me, it's a bit more of a relief. I'm not going to sort of rest on my laurels or anything like that. It just doesn't make me more hungry, because I couldn't possibly get more hungry for this championship, but it makes it more realistic. So definitely going to go out and try and get 2 more tomorrow.
I was in the battle for 12th, but unfortunately I ended up 14th, so made some changes, see how they work out and warm up, and yeah, see how we get on.
Off they go. Shaky Byrne heads down towards the first turn and gets a brilliant start off pole, but once again it's Alex Lowes who just edges him out as they keel through Old Hall Corner. James Ellison, he hasn't got the start, but he certainly is now hounding the 2 leaders on that red, white and black Milwaukee Yamaha.
He's impressed me all weekend, as James Ellison. He's set good times, but he's been steady and not looked like making a mistake. He had a lot of pressure from Shane Byrne yesterday and took it all and still won. Really good.
Alex Lowes, 22, leads the way. Here's James Ellison again trying to get alongside the Rapid Solicitors Kawasaki, but Shaky Byrne holds station. Got Lowes, Byrne, Ellison, Brooks running as a strong quartet at the front. Kianari just about matching their pace in 5th place.
Ellison.
And then here comes up. Shaky Byrne takes the lead once again. Ellison tries to snoop through as well. For the outside line, he's going to have to be aggressive to find a way past Alex Lowes.
And that's the thing, he really is going to have to be aggressive. We've seen Alex Lowes really good on the brakes. Oh, he's gone. Good move from Ellison, lovely move.
So Ellison chops through into 2nd place and follows Shaky Byrne down the avenue towards Cascade.
I had a feeling that he'd be getting desperate to get past Lowes, because Ellison really sees the race here between himself and Shane Byrne. A carbon copy yesterday. Brooks up the inside of it. That's going to be close. Oh! Well, I tell you what, Ellison gave him a bit of room there. It was Ellison's mistake going in. I've got to say, you cannot blame Brooks for that. That was fair play. This is good for you know. Josh Brooks. Oh,
Alex Lowes.
That's close. And he's going to go down. He's got to get off it. Get off it.
Oh,
get
James.
off it. I tell you what, I feel so sorry for James Ellison there. Do you know how fast he got onto the... I don't think he's hurt. I've got to say, I think he did exactly the right thing.
We've had the pace all weekend to potentially win all 3, but obviously the problem is there's another 3 or 4 riders out there that have the same pace. I just felt I was a little bit stronger when I was on my own. Didn't get held up in the middle of the corners, and we could really, use the Yamaha's strengths, which is corner speed. And the minute somebody gets in front of me, like with Shaky, I kind of get stuck behind at his apex speed, and then don't have the speed to get the drive out. So that's kind of how it went in race 2, and ended up being a bit of a fight between all of us, and unfortunately I got run out onto the grass and crashed, so that was the end of that one.
Shaky to that line because of that first turn, because you've got to try and get the better of him, otherwise he might just walk off and dominate the race. James Ellison tries to get underneath, but it doesn't work. Josh Brooks wheedles his way through into 3rd place. Here comes James Ellison. What Ellison is doing now, James Whittam, that you've wanted him to do for a long time, is he's attacking harder, he's being more aggressive into the turns. Yes, it cost him then, but at least he's making moves now. Howie Mainwaring Smart lost out on that jump to little
Oh,
PJ
look at
Jacobs.
Lowe's again, it's the same pass. It's the same pass as he made on Ellison the first race. That's Ireland, Brave. And look at Brooks. Oh, Ellison's losing out hand of a fist here. And he doesn't need this because he's gonna find it difficult to get past those two riders, Lowes and Brooks, and get back on terms with Shane Byrne.
Oh, Bridewell.
Bridewell! Have a bit of that.
They're all riding pretty much on the limit, so overtaking manoeuvres are things you've got to consider. Oh,
yeah, you see, that is absolute classic.
Watch Bridewell. Bridewell is coming on.
Oh, they've touched. They've touched. And I tell you what,
Alex Lowes looked over his shoulder and he's cost himself time. 3 abreast as they come out of Deer Leap, and it's Bridewell through to 3rd place.
I tell you what, Lowes has got to be careful.
And Byrne into the lead. The gloves are off all around here. Shaky Byrne versus Josh Brooks there, and then
Bridewell's right.
Wow.
That's Bridewell. That's cost him a lot of time.
As they cross the line then, Kirkham in 9th, 10th for Walker, 11th Linfoot, 12th Chianari, Hickman, Smirts, Waters, and Matteo Baiocco still just off the points on the Panigale. Ellison's very keen to get a podium credit off Alex Lowes here. It could all go off for 1st, 2nd, 3rd or 4th places. He's very close to him going up Clay Hill.
You cannot take anything away from any of these 5 riders.
Tommy Bridewell's back in the mix as well in 5th place as we go swooping round Druids and then head on across the whoop section towards Lodge Corner. Josh Brooks defends his line.
He does, and it's going to be a big lunge.
Oh, big moment there.
Oh, here comes Bridewell.
Bridewell tries to get underneath Ellison. It doesn't quite work. And as they come charging out of Deer Leap, Josh Brooks takes his 2nd victory of the season for the Taiko Suzuki team, ahead of Shaky Byrne. Alex Lowes in 3rd place, Ellison 4th. Bridewell runs 5th, Chianari 10th, ahead of Linfoot and Chris Walker. Hickman, Smirts, Waters.
So obviously we finished 4th. It was a battle all the way to the end with me, Alex, Josh, Shaky, and then even Bridewell came in sort of, well, I think he was probably there the whole race, but sort of mid-race started chomping at the bit, got past me. But again, you know, it was a little bit frustrating because he got past me because I was leaving big gaps to try and get the launch on Alex, so it's real hard to kind of try and ride defensive and sort of get, you know, try to fight for the podium at the same time. So we need to work on a little bit, I think, with the bike, try and get it stronger in areas where we need it for the slower corners. But all in all, I think we've had a really strong weekend. We're still 4th in the championship. Got some more podium credits, got some more silverware, some champagne. Milwaukee Yamaha guys are all happy, and I think my friends and fans and sponsors are a little bit chuffed as well. They've had a mega weekend's racing, and it's been good for everyone.